What's good, y'all? Back again, another day. It's your boy, the Curtis York, and I have the pleasure of being here with. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
So I'm Kendall. I go by KB, and I own Retroville here in Gastonia.
Man, I'm excited to
For
let
sure.
you share your story with the
I
world, man.
appreciate the opportunity, man. For
Oh
sure.
yeah. I met KB, man. I had some shoes I was trying to get rid of, and I shopped here before, but I never really had the chance to chop it up with you or anything like that. So I came through. I was getting rid of some shoes because I'm working. I don't really have time to wear them like that no more. So I reached out, and I wasn't even talking to you initially. I was talking to
Jazz.
Jazz. Yeah, I was talking to Jazz, and she looked out and everything, and then you was here when I happened to be here at the other location, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
So just super super solid, down to earth, man. He looked out for me on the pricing. He didn't beat me up. Usually when you go to like resellers or you go to people that sell sneakers, they try to beat you up and give you like the lowest prices possible. But the numbers he gave was super 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 fair, y'all. Like beyond fair. I'm like, dang, bro, you showing a lot of love. So it's like, man.
Hold on, just pin what you got. Just pin
yeah,
what you got. Don't you be
yeah,
like
yeah, man. Don't come up here with no foolishness now.
nah.
But if you got something that it makes sense and he
Mm-hmm.
can work with you, he definitely will, man. So just a pleasure, man. I'm
Man,
happy
for
to be
sure,
here.
for sure.
Happy to be
Appreciate you
chopping
doing
it
this
up
for
with
me,
you,
man. For
man.
sure.
So mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Hey, shoot, man. Go ahead.
Bet. So, let's talk about connections that you
Mm-hmm.
might have, or examples of other store owners that you deal with, or
Mm-hmm.
situations like that. Let's start there. We're gonna go a little further out, then we're gonna
All
bring
right.
it in and go a little
All
personal.
right, for
So,
sure.
connections, people that you work with, other sneaker stores, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. How do you exist with them?
As far as on a day to day, it's not typical of store deals with another store. Every blue moon, certain stores do kind of deal with each other. It just kind of depends on the store and the situation. Some stores kind of don't like each other, but to be honest with you, it's money get involved. It's a competition thing at times, but we try to just mind our own business and keep our eyes on the ball and just do what we supposed to do. I know like one situation, a couple years back, the Power Black Yeezys came out. Didn't nobody know they was coming back out again. We got a little source or whatever. We was able to get them, and when we dropped pics of them and stuff, that kind of let everybody know they was coming out again. So of course, all the stores in the area and even outside the area started hitting us up through DMs like, "Hey, need them Pirate Black Yeezys." Of course, when you first want to have something and don't nobody else even know what's coming back out on the market, you got the juice at that point. So
Uh
So I mean, honestly, bro, if it made dollars, it makes sense. So what we had into them and what we was able to sell them for, it was like a quadruple on the investment. So, and that was in a matter of maybe an hour of having them and posting the
Sheesh.
picture. Let's just say it was on Sneaker News, all that type of stuff. So,
Oh, damn. So you was on Sneaker News?
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah. We got posted on Sneaker News because didn't nobody know they was dropping again. Knowing Kanye, he's probably pissed off, like who done sold my stuff, but
Right.
he was probably mad that somehow they got leaked out, but but yeah, that was one situation. But I mean, for the most part, some stores when say a customer buy a shoe from a store and take it to another store, they kind of lowball or kind of nitpick and stuff. I mean, because now, at the end of the day, don't know store won't. I ain't gonna say don't know store. Honestly, we don't really care who you buy your shoes from. I mean, we might not always got what you want, so of course go whoever got it, go there. But,
Right.
I mean, some stores they kind of just be like, oh no, you done bought these from such and such or whatever. Oh no, we good on them. I think they fake. I mean, bro, they can have a receipt from Nike, bro, and they'll still, bro. That's some store. I ain't gonna say no name, but some spots,
That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, it's just the game, bro. I mean, when money involved. It's a lot. It's a lot that happen. But we just be chilling, honestly.
Okay. What about former business partners? Anything like that? Did you do this on your own, or did you work with people, or how'd you build this thing out?
Originally, when I very, very, very first started, I wasn't a reseller. I just like shoes, to be real with you. And I used to live in Shelby, North Carolina, and I was working at a place called PPG. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's fiberglass. I was working at a fiberglass plant.
Okay.
So I'm fresh out of high school, got a big boy job. I still live with my parents, so I ain't had no big boy bills. So I getting paid every week, and I ain't gonna lie, them plant jobs, you making some change. So
Right.
I was running to Charlotte There's a store called Rebound. I used to go to Soul Station too. I used to go to Restock. I think that was called Restock.
Ooh, Soul Station.
Yeah,
You
Soul
went
Station.
back, boy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was in it for a minute. Like that's how I started, bro.
Soul
I
Station.
used to go to SOE, all that type of stuff, but that's how I kind of got into it. I went to SOE actually. That was when I very first got into it, because I always liked Jordans and stuff. I mean, my parents made sure I had stuff in high school, but you know, them releases and stuff, I wasn't doing all that. I had like some, you know, Forces. That's about it. That was it. I wasn't no big
You
sneakerhead,
gotta
but
start somewhere.
I wanted to be. I wanted to be. So, yeah, I went to SOE and I bought a pair of Carmine sixes from like I don't want to sell him short. I don't know his name. He was like maybe 8 years old. A little kid. He sold me some Carmine sixes, and after that at SOE, I remember I posted them on Facebook Marketplace, and somebody was like, it was actually my homeboy Sharik, and he ended up owning the store up in Winston-Salem. But he hit me on Marketplace and said, "Hey, you need to take these to Rebound." And I was like, "What the fuck is Rebound?" And he was like, "It's a store." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna take my shoes up there." He's like, "They'll buy your shoes." And I was like, "What?" Yeah, I think this like way back, bro. This like 2013, 14, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, "What?" So I went up there, took the Carmines up there, and I just seen all the shoes. I was like, "Damn, these are the shoes I've been wanting." So then after that, bro, like every single week, every time I got paid, because I got paid every week, every Friday, just going up there buying some type of shoes. Before I knew I had like 200, 300 pairs of shoes. Then the dude that owned it, his name was Chris Brown, not the singer, but his name was Chris Brown. He owned Rebound at the time, and me and him kind of got close because I was going up there so much. I mean, of course, now I see being a store owner, like you get close to your customers if you see them all the time, honestly.
Right.
But come to find out, he was dating this girl in when I was in high school. He was dating this girl I used to date in high school. He was dating her older sister, and we had met before, and we didn't even realize it until he brought it up. Then we really got locked in after that, and I ended up working there like part time when I was off on the weekends and stuff for my plant job, and then that's kind of how I learned the game. To be real with you,
Okay.
but then that's like, you know, like I said, I had some of these shoes. My boys started wanting to buy them, and then I only had size 11s though. I only had my size. I wasn't no reseller. I only had my size, so. Then after a while, I started going to SOE and setting up my own little table with my homeboys and stuff. And then, bro, it just turned into all this eventually. But as far as the business partners, I done had a few when I very, very first started. I had a pop-up shop for like black entrepreneurs back when COVID was going on.
Okay.
It's called Free Game Market. It has been Shelby. A lot of people was in the newspaper. Newspaper got wind of it. It was a lot of promotion for like local black entrepreneurs and stuff like that. A way for them to showcase what they were doing, trying to do, and all that type of stuff. But my boy Brian Husky, he owns Encore Barbershop. Okay. It was like when we had the event, it was like literally 2 doors down from his barbershop, and he had like an empty space in the back. And he was like, "Yo, I want to do something with this space because I ain't doing nothing with it." He said, "You think you want to open up a shoe store?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." So he gave me that opportunity to actually have, like, you know, kind of like a test run, have a storefront, and see what it's like as far as running your own business. At the same time, though, I was working. I was working at a chemical plant.
So how old were you at this time?
25. But I mean, when I first started, I was like maybe 21.
Okay.
21, 22, fresh out of high school. So yeah, I've been in it for a little minute, to be honest. But as far as like business partners, I had a little group of people I first started with. I had a girl, she used to do the vintage. Was one dude, Tyler. But I ain't gonna lie, there's been a lot of people over the years. But I mean, you know, we started out, you know, it was just like a bunch of people just kicking it for the most part. Really wasn't like super serious business type stuff at the time. And then, you know, everybody got ideas and stuff like that. I had my own slave. It's called KB Kicks when I very, very first started. She had her own thing, and I was like, I'm going to change my name to Retroville. But, of course, everybody was thinking more like, oh, it's just my store. But we were business partners. It was both our stores. But I kept trying to stress, like, hey, I'm not saying like the whole store is called Retroville. My part, it's called Retroville. People come in all the time, like through the barbershop. People come in the barbershop and be like, hold up, is this a shoe store? And they be like, yeah, it's in the back, basically. I got it out the mud, you know, but they be like, yeah, go in the back. And then I be like, what's the store name? And then that's where we always got mixed up. I be like, oh, well, mine is Retroville, and then she would say her business name or whatever. They're like, well, what's the store name? And then that's when it kind of hit me. I was like, okay, I need to think of something. Like, we kind of got to collaborate to do something and think of a name that fits both of us for us doing the same thing. And, you know, people have different ideas, and that's when you kind of got to part ways and stuff like that. That's just how it goes. stuff come up, you know, no hard feelings, but hey, that's just business. Then.
Right.
Yeah.
So, where do you think your business mindset came from?
I say it's multiple people in my life that I kind of got that from. I say my mom for sure, my stepdad for sure, my grandma. There you go, Cap, bro. There's a lot of people I can name, but just like my family in general as a whole, I say it's more like it ain't. I don't like to call people failures, but you know, like it's a certain standard my family kind of had. You know what I'm saying? And if you wasn't meeting that standard, they was definitely gonna let you know, like, hey, you better get your shit together and find something to do. Graduating high school, of course, everybody wants you to go to college and stuff, but I knew I didn't even like high school. I mean, I was smart. I didn't even like high school. I just hated being told what to do and stuff. And of course, I got accepted to college. I got accepted to A&T, and I just didn't want to go because I already knew like I barely like getting up to go to high school,
Right.
and I'm gonna be in college, and it's gonna be on me to get up. I said, that ain't gonna be nothing but that. So I was like, let me just start working. My mom wanted me to go to the Navy. I definitely didn't want to do that. But I like literally did everything all the way up to the training at the test at the MEP Center and all that. I did all up, bro. I was sitting there about to sign my name. And I said, all right, just sign your name right here. And then I had the pen, and it was kind of going through my mind like, damn, I'm really about to. They about to own me for at least 4 years. And that's when I played football too, and I did have some concussions, but they was like, don't say nothing about that, the recruiter. And I was just like, oh yeah, in high school I did have a couple concussions, and that one said, Jared up to that. And then I went back home. My mom was like, what happened? I was like, oh, they found out I had concussions. How they find out? I was just like, damn. I was like, I ain't want to do that no way. So I said, I'm gonna figure something out. So I was, I had like little restaurant jobs, and then graduated to, working in plants and stuff. But it worked out, I think. In the end, I think it worked out all right.
Look like
Decent.
You doing all right?
Decent. A little something.
So, sticking with entrepreneurship, that means you have to manage people, and you have employees that you have to work with and mold and train and develop. How do you do with that? What's your management style?
I try to be laid back for the most part. Even Cap, when I was still working full time along with trying to manage a business, it was very, very difficult. I had like a couple people when we first started here in Gastonia anyway. They was like kind of running it while I wasn't being able to be here because I worked third shift. I mean, I got a wife, I got 2 kids, so I had
Family man.
Yeah, I wasn't like, this wasn't full all out. That was that chemical job, working at that chemical plant. That was like my main bread and butter. I don't know if you know about working at a chemical plant or something, but depending on what you're doing, I was dealing with some very, very hazardous materials and stuff.
Okay.
They ain't gonna lie, they gotta pay you that bag to do that type of stuff. But at the same time, it was very rigorous and very exhausting because I had a little injury or whatever at my old plant job and like some equipment malfunction. And then that's what really made me be able to do this full time, to be real. So I probably would have never quit. I ain't gonna lie about that chemical check along with this, bro. Man, I was living good. I ain't gonna cap, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was living real good, but it was like really, really frustrating not being able to. It's your stuff, it's your business, it's your store, but you ain't always there to run it. So it's not being ran the way you want it to be ran. You're not being able to do it the way you want to do it. You kind of rely on other people to do it, and then it's real, real frustrating and stuff like that. So I was like, main thing I'm gonna do when I do get in here and be able to do this full time is manage people the way I feel they should, like treat everybody like with respect. Honestly, I would say if anything, we more like a family here. Like all the people who work for me know, like, hey, I give you the shirt on my back. I really don't even like saying like, oh yeah, you work for me, you my employee. Like when I even ask them to do something, like, hey bro, you do me a favor. Or, hey, can you do this for me right quick? Or something like that versus, hey, go do this, hey, go do that type of situation. I mean, most of them probably say I'm like a big brother or something like that more than anything. Even though I try to be chill now, they do know it's another side.
That's what I was going to ask.
Most of them are like younger. Most of them are younger, so they will on the phones and stuff. And I'm like, hey, it's times you can do that. And it's times, it's time to get some work done. But they all know that, especially that one, Brandon. Come here, man. You don't want to be in the camera? No? All right.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Yeah.
So, I got to shout out my guy, Derek. He's handling the camera work, man. Shout out
Real
to my guy, Derek,
Real
man.
professional.
It's funny because we were actually just talking about the work-life balance when you have like creative passions that you work on. You know, me doing the YouTube, him doing the media company, you with your store, man. So how do you find work-life balance? Do you have any, or how does that work? What does that look like for you?
I ain't figured it out yet. I'm gonna tell you, when you're an entrepreneur, bro, you ain't no days off, to be real. Like, I be on I just went to the Bahamas with my wife not too long ago, and bro, I mean, even though like on a cruise ship, you really don't have no service. I bought the internet package just so I could still check in and see what's going on, and if it was like an absolute emergency, they could call me if absolutely need be. And like I couldn't call regular. I had to FaceTime video call them, not FaceTime, Instagram video call them, just to talk to them on the phone. But man, I love my wife to death. She my rock for real. I do it for her more than anything. Even this is my dream. She supported me a lot for me to do this, and she takes a lot of weight off of me, especially with 2 kids, 2 little kids at that, my 2 sons. But it's hard not always being able to be there with them, especially when daddy gotta do something himself. Like if I don't try to run this business the correct way, the way I think I can to the best of my abilities, it's gonna make us suffer. You get what I'm saying? And she now, luckily now, it's done let her pursue her dream was real estate. Like she was able to take some time out because I was handling everything with the store. The store's doing well, so now she done went to school for real estate, got her license, and now she building up her own brand. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. How long you been married?
5 years.
Do you have any other interests outside of sneakers, or what else do you do?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I like watches. I mean, recently, that's how I'm getting old. I like watches, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I always figured it'd be like something like that, cause shoes. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, bro, I used to love Pokemon, Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, bro. And I noticed that with sneakers, for the main part, it's like always 2 groups of people when it comes to sneakers. Either you was a dope boy, or you like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Somehow all that translated into sneakers. Honestly, bro, like for real. Most shoe store owners at some point it was one of the 2. But I used to love Pokemon cards and stuff, and then I kind of see it shifted in the shoes, like, and then now like it's kind of shifting like in the watches. Me wanting to learn about watches and stuff like that.
Do you have a collection already, or?
I have a few.
Yeah.
I got a couple.
Any you feel like talking about? You know, watches is kind of pricey.
I don't want to say nothing. I got a few.
Okay.
I don't want to say nothing because they go, oh, all right, then.
I feel you.
I always try to. I'm a big fan of Rollies, though. I love Rolex. Rolex. And it's more like the craftsmanship, not even the big names itself. I love Rolex. Like, just, it was kind of always like a goal for me. Like, I used to be like, when I used to work at Burger King, I was just like, I want to do so well in life, I can get a Rolex. That's why I was in high school. I was like, man, I want to do so well in life, then I got me a Rollie. I got Rolex, bro. That was always my thing. And now I learned, like, okay, it's different levels to Rolex. You get what I'm saying? It's like the basic, like the little 36 that's really for women, and then you get like a 41 Sky Dweller. You get what I'm saying? I started learning that. I'm like, so you gotta have money. You gotta have bread to fool with this. Okay, all right. So it's actually a doctor I met. He put me on the watches, honestly.
Okay.
And this dude I used to work with at the chemical plant, his name was Travis. He big in the watches. And he was like, man, everybody like Rolex and stuff. And he's like, you can get this. It's a good watch. And it's way cheaper. You can get this. He started learning me like the Swiss technology and stuff like that. It's like the mechanics of the watch. Like, that's what makes the watch good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dope.
I'm still learning, though. I don't know enough, but I'm still learning.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, man. Got to.
Speaking of starting somewhere, so your old store, not the one here, but the one back in the day, you know, it got broken into at some point. Can you talk about it? You want to talk about it?
Yeah. I mean, it's over with. It is what it is. When we were in the back of that barbershop, like I said, it's my hometown, stuff like that. There's a lot of drama going on. Everybody always got something to say.
And where's your hometown?
Shelby, North Carolina. My main thing then, just honestly, ain't much in the city for people of color anyway. And my main thing was just trying to give us something. I mean, we had a mall, but you want to call it a mall. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about this mall, but this mall show us mad love. I ain't gonna cap. Like, people come here just to deal with us. They take off. Charlotte is so oversaturated with stores and stuff, so this just makes sense until it don't. Simple as that. But yeah, there's a lot of drama. People like to talk. It's fun to talk, even when they don't understand half the shit they talking about. But everybody got an opinion. People was around COVID for whatever reason, bro. Everybody all of a sudden wanted to be resellers. I don't know why. A lot of people wanted to be resellers. I was already doing it, and didn't nobody in the city even know I was doing it for years and years and years. But that's when the drama kind of kicked in and stuff like that. And of course, people you went to school with and things like that, people want to start shit with you.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, then I was a little bit more young-minded and kind of feeding into it too. So, yeah, we were attached to the barbershop, and somebody broke in, and at first when I honestly, bro, it was a real crazy situation. So they broke in the barbershop, and of course, usually somebody breaking the barbershop, you thinking they gonna steal some clippers. Clippers ain't cheap.
Right.
Yeah, some professional clippers is not cheap, but they didn't touch nothing in the barbershop. They went straight to the back to, of course, get them shoes. So turns out they ended up stealing 2 shoes. To this day, I still got the footage of that.
How many? Oh, you got footage.
Yeah, yeah, I still got the footage now. I still got it on my
So
phone.
hold on, we gotta walk through this. How
Yeah.
many shoes were back there?
Oh, it wasn't nothing like this, but it was like more like maybe 150, 200 around there. I ain't had like a lot of space. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I couldn't do but so much.
And they
But
only took 2 shoes.
because you gotta think the alarm going off, and honestly, this
Okay.
barbershop is literally right up the block from the police station.
Okay.
So they was
Okay.
probably thinking it wasn't that much time for them to do all that, but turns out the security wasn't what it needed to be.
And you got the footage.
Yeah, the security, it didn't notify nobody. So they really could have took everything because we didn't even actually know nothing till like maybe 7 o'clock the next morning, and somebody rode by that knew us and did business with us. It's like, hey, the glass is broke on the front of the barbershop. I think somebody done broke in there. Then I'm asleep in the bed, my wife, and my mom called. I guess my mom was calling me, but when I'm asleep, I'm asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. But my mom called my wife. My wife wakes me up in my sleep. Hey, wake up! Somebody done broke in the store. I said, what? I thought she was playing. She's like, no, I swear to God, get up. We need to go up there. So I jump up, run up there, and stuff just all over the place. And then, we do a little inventory count. Went up with 2 shoes. Granted, it was 2 pairs of Travis Scotts. Some Travis Scott Air Force Ones, the one with the little stuff on, the first one. First, not the white one, but the other one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then green Travis Scott 6s. Yeah, that's it, though.
Hey.
Got lucky. Got real lucky.
And you
I ain't have
saw
issue.
the
I ain't
face?
messed up, but I got a clear view. I have some ideas, but I can never prove nothing.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why I'm so big on my security now. But in that situation, I didn't have full control of it. Somebody else was giving me the opportunity, so I ain't really had no say so far as the security part of it.
Man.
That's why I was like, that's when we made the decision, like, hey, we gotta move to Gastonia, and like, hey, we can do it how we want to do it then, and hook it up how we want to hook it up. That was the main thing.
Okay. So I'm not familiar with Shelby, but everything I heard about Shelby is crazy. About other people, other races, and things like that. I've heard Shelby is crazy. That's just what I've heard. I don't know. So I've never really been there.
It ain't as bad as people. I ain't trying to make the city sound bad at all, bro.
Like I heard they be having Klan rallies out there and stuff.
Certain parts, you go to the wrong part. Yeah, for real, bro. You go to the wrong part.
That's what I heard.
Because Shelby is like, most people think of Shelby is like when you first get into it, but Shelby is so much bigger. Honestly, bro, it's like Burns, it's Chris. Bro, Shelby is huge, really. If you really think about it, it's a really big city. It don't look like it. Like when you go through it, it really don't look like it. Like, oh, this is a small little weird town, but nah, bro, Shelby is big, and it is a lot of different parts. And you do go to the wrong part, yeah, they do. That's what they call Bill and Roof at.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I know about Shelby.
Yeah.
So with that being said, being a black man in Shelby, just being a black man in general, being an entrepreneur, do you think you deal with challenges that other people might not face, or if you have, how have you dealt with that, or if you haven't, then what's your experience?
I'd say it have been a couple situations, because honestly, when that break-in situation first happened, I was trying to stay in Shelby. I was trying to just go into the mall in Shelby, but they really wasn't feeling the concept, I guess. So that's one thing. It's just all about, I feel like it's about connections, but I would be lying if I said race doesn't matter. Especially with my concept, bro. I've called to open up another spot in other places, like Valentine and stuff, and they kind of not feeling with the concept, depending where.
Man.
And, the concept already, bro, they kind of get it to feel like, urban. And I ain't gonna lie, some of our clients, it is certain type of people, but we treat everybody the same. You get what I'm saying? But then, that kind of draws different crowds to different areas, and they might not want that in particular areas, and this is business, but race do play a part. I'd be lying if I said it didn't.
Okay. How do you deal with it? Does it bother you? Does it affect you? Do you
Uh,
care?
growing up in Shelby, bro, you just keep it pushing, bro. Honestly, but don't break you, make you. Be real. So just because somebody say no, hey, next person might say yes. So I'm gonna, you know, like, oh man, he told me no. I need to quit. Like, nah. People, I heard no plenty of times, and I ain't never stopped nothing. Hey, my grandma used to say, "One monkey don't stop no show."
Hey,
Simple as that. So
it is.
keep it pushing. Keep it pushing.
Just thinking back when you first started,
Mm-hmm.
what are some things you probably do differently or things you wish you knew back then that you don't really know now, or things that you know now that you didn't really know back then? You know,
Mm-hmm.
how do you deal with that?
Being organized. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Sagittarius, bro. So I'm real spur of the moment. My wife will tell you that for sure. I'm real spur of the moment. Like I kind of just like I'll wake up tomorrow and be like, "Hey, babe, let's go to Kentucky." Like some random shit, like some random. I'm just real
Kentucky,
random.
bruh.
Yeah, I'm just random, bro. I just say I ain't never been to Kentucky, so I'm like, hey,
Kentucky.
I just say something random, like, hey, let's go to Kentucky, or let's go. Hey, you know where we should go? We should wake up. We should go to Wet n Wild tomorrow for no random ass reason. Like it's just right up the street or something. Like that's my main thing is just being organized.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, bro, I was not organized. Worth for damn. I was just happy to be doing what I love to do. So
Uh-huh.
I wasn't thinking on like the business aspect of it because I went to school briefly for business, but I ain't gonna cap. Like I said, I ain't like school. I feel like school couldn't teach me shit. I was ready to learn on the fly. That's just how I always been. But as I continue doing, I'm like, oh, okay. I definitely gotta do this. So okay, I gotta definitely do that. Even with like how the store's set up, how it's ran, things like that. Doing inventory and making sure, got to think paying people, got time clock stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. The organization. That's the main thing. If I could talk to my older self, younger self, and just be like, hey, you need to get organized. Like, for real. Because just doing it on the fly don't always work. Because then you just always like you always chasing after yourself. To
Mm-hmm.
be real with you.
So how did you get organized? Because that sounds like a big transition to be spontaneous and spur of the moment to.
I ain't all the way there. Yeah, I'm still
But the
working on it.
store looks nice.
I mean,
It's
it
some
look
type of
good, but
organization.
it's organization, but it is still a lot I can work on. But like, I ain't gonna lie, my wife, honestly, to be real with you, she's a lot more organized than me for the most part. Anyway, I ain't gonna give her too much credit, but she more organized than me. But like, for instance, I started using the app to keep track of their time and stuff like that.
Okay.
As far as okay, this is what, and it also tells them what they're gonna do, like what position, their job title is when they come in, what
Okay.
time they come in, let them clock in on there and stuff like that. I save a lot of digital files. I didn't used to do that. I used to try to do everything by hand on paper. Now I kind of do everything digitally for the most part, and that's the way easier. When we very first started, everything was notebooks and stuff like that, but now it's way more manageable and easier to just find something like, okay, what happened this day? Just look on there and go back, and just boom, it's right there. And that's it,
Okay.
really.
I
Yeah.
got a question I always ask entrepreneurs because everybody wants to talk about the good times and
Mm-hmm.
you look at the store now and you see all the sneakers and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. How hard was it, man? What are some dark times or some sacrifices you had to make, some cutbacks? Like,
Mm.
can you talk about those or what that felt like?
I say the first one that comes to mind is when my first son was born. Because, I mean, of course, being a parent for the first time, bruh, I mean, a lot of people had a lot of different ways, but
How old were you?
24 about to be 25.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But, yeah, when I found out my wife was pregnant, of course, like, even then, it was just me and her. I was still in the shoes, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't into it as heavy because I kind of did take a little mini break. I wasn't working at Rebound and stuff no more. And then I kind of just fell off a little bit, but I always still had a couple pairs in the rotation, you know what I'm saying? But then when I found that out, I was like, okay, so kids are expensive. That's the first thing. I was like, okay, I gotta. That's when I was still working at PBG and I switched to the. I ended up applying for the chemical plant job, and that's the crazy part because the reason I got that job, I was selling shoes and I had them posted on Facebook Marketplace, and I met this dude named Theo. I ain't gonna say his last name. I don't do like that, bro.
Shout
But
out to Theo.
I met this dude Theo on Facebook Marketplace. And I was selling some shoes, and I sold him some Red 11s. And then he started buying from me on the regular. Met him at the Ingles and Kings Mountain multiple times. And he kept buying stuff. And I noticed he had a nice ass fucking truck. A black truck. Lifted with the rims, all that shit, bro.
Country
bro,
boy dream.
man, I was like, bro, what do you do? I asked, like, I met up with him. He bought the shoes from me, whatever, and he had on like some type of like work uniform. And I asked him, I was like, bro, what you do? He said, oh, I work at a chemical plant. I was like, word? He said, yeah. I said, is it hard? He said, I said, you pay good? He said, yeah. I was like, can you put me on? He said, for sure. I know. He said, yeah. He said, yeah, for sure. Because I mean, you a hustler. He said, you a hustler. I know you a work. So yeah, I'll put in a word for you. He told me exactly how to apply. And then he was like a supervisor there in a different department from where I was applying to. But he's like, he can put in a word for me or whatever. He said, apply. I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna let you know when to expect the call. That man kept his word to this day. They'll still coming here to this day.
Shout out to
Sell
Theo,
me
man.
shoes. That right there, I ain't gonna lie, that was the kickstart. Cause then I was like, at the time, I still was in the shoes, but with a new baby and stuff like that, I was in the funds I had. The job I had was still the same job from when I first started. And then now I had a family I had to support, so most of my funds wasn't able to go to sneakers and stuff like that no more. It was more so taking care of necessities. And then when I met Theo and did all that, that kind of boom gave me that next little jump up in pay to where I could continue still getting sneakers and trying to resell them and stuff like that because I had extra funds to put towards that.
What would you say are some aspects about owning this store and just being in the sneaker industry that people might not know or expect? Because, everybody looks at it, they see this stuff, and they think it's easy. But, what are some other things that you have to deal with and cope with that people might not know?
I'd say the main thing is definitely how you conduct business. With this, your name is everything. How you do business and conduct business, it means a lot. So that's number one for sure. Customer service, that's definitely right there tied with number one, honestly, because if your customer service ain't right, ain't nobody want to come back. There's a lot of ways to finesse this as a whole. Like, everybody speak on the good stuff. You see the shoes, and I mean, everybody likes shoes. Everybody need a pair of shoes, so that's why we give free shoes away. But on top of that,
shout out to the free 99.
Yeah, but because everybody, sometimes kids love shoes and stuff, and they might be in a tough situation. We kind of try to do first come first serve, but there's been plenty of kids that just pop in here and just be asking, yeah, I got a free 99, and we might don't have one right that moment, but we find one, and just that's the one we don't. Them the ones we don't post. It's been people, house done burnt down, lost everything. Pop in here, they shop with us all the time. Hey man, and they be like, hey, I'm in a tough spot. Even in selling wise, hey, this done popped up. My grandma, or whatever. I need to pay for this. They might give a little bit more. Not all the time. It's a business, but if we can, hey, I definitely will. But yeah, as far as just managing this, bro, there's a lot of grimy stuff to go on with sneakers behind doors that people just don't know nothing about.
Can you talk about it?
I mean, of course, the first thing everybody think of is backdoor and stuff.
Right.
That's just part of the game. There ain't nothing grimy about it. People will try to trash your name just off of business. Purely, oh, he doing too good. You ever seen Belly?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump it down.
yeah. They'll try to trash your name. They say, I don't like that. Like, bro, them the main ones. Them the main ones. Some there's a lot of dope people too that I done met over the years, but it's always, I ain't gonna lie, bro, it ain't a week go by, it ain't some type of something.
Man.
Some weeks better than others, but it's always something.
Man.
Most of it's good, but it do have a whole nother ugly side of it though.
So, bro, I could keep you all night, but I know my wife gonna be calling soon. I gotta get home.
Called a few times.
So, how can the people find you?
Okay, so we're located in Gastonia, North Carolina, Eastridge Mall, Suite 229. Follow us on IG, Retroville.Gastonia, or you can look at our website, www.retroville.store.
And y'all move, so just so people understand.
On the second floor. We ain't on the bottom floor no more. We on the second floor, upstairs, right across from Hibbert Sports.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, man, I appreciate your time. Thanks for allowing me to come into your place and do this, man. It's been beautiful.
Sure.
I can't wait for people to hear your story, man.
I appreciate it, man.
It's a lot to...
Yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a
lot to unpack, man. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead on the ending, my guy.
For sure. Appreciate you doing this again.
Appreciate you. Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All right.
Oh, yeah.